When dealing with a poorly performing general contractor, it's essential to take a proactive approach. Firstly, communicate your concerns directly to the builder overseeing the project. Schedule a formal meeting to express your specific issues with the general contractor's performance. Provide concrete examples of how their actions are negatively impacting your operations. Secondly, request an evaluation of the general contractor. Ask the builder to thoroughly assess the contractor's performance and develop a plan for improvement. If the contractor is unresponsive or unable to demonstrate improvement, request a replacement from the builder. Thirdly, meticulously document all interactions with the general contractor. Maintain a detailed record of all communication, including emails, phone calls, and meeting notes. This documentation will serve as evidence to support your concerns and demonstrate the impact of the contractor's poor performance. In the short term, implement mitigation strategies to minimize disruptions. Firstly, set clear expectations with the general contractor. Establish well-defined protocols for communication and project deadlines. Emphasize the critical need for proper planning and the timely completion of all tasks. Secondly, delegate a specific point of contact within your team to handle all communication with the general contractor. This will streamline communication, minimize interruptions, and ensure consistency in your interactions. Thirdly, prioritize essential tasks. Focus your resources on completing the most critical tasks first to minimize the impact of delays caused by the general contractor's lack of preparedness. For long-term considerations, think about alternative vendors. Explore the possibility of working with other subcontractors or vendors for projects that involve this particular general contractor. This can help reduce the risk of further disruptions and ensure project continuity. Finally, reassess your partnership with the builder. If the builder is unable or unwilling to address the general contractor's performance concerns, consider reevaluating your overall partnership. If the situation does not improve despite your efforts, it may be necessary to discontinue working with a builder to protect your business interests. Here are some additional tips to help you manage the situation effectively. Firstly, build a strong relationship with the builder who is overseeing the overall project. Foster a positive and collaborative relationship. This will increase the likelihood of their support in addressing the general contractor's performance issues and finding a resolution. Secondly, be patient but persistent. Resolving performance concerns can take time and require ongoing effort. Be patient in the process, but consistently follow up with the builder and advocate for the necessary improvements to ensure the project stays on track. Thirdly, seek feedback from other subcontractors and vendors who have also worked with the general contractor. Their perspectives can provide valuable insights into the root cause of the performance issues and help you better understand the challenges you are facing. In the 2017 National Electrical Code, you may find guidance related to proper installation methods and safety requirements that could be relevant to assessing the quality of the work being performed. It is vital to consult the specific articles and sections of the NEC that apply to the electrical work being done in the project. Consider the impact of the general contractor's poor performance on other trades. For example, if the electrical work is delayed or improperly completed, it could affect the schedule and work of plumbers, HVAC technicians, and other contractors. This can lead to further delays and increased costs for the entire project. When documenting your concerns, be sure to include specific examples of how the general contractor's actions are affecting other trades and the overall project timeline. This will help the builder understand the full extent of the problem and the need for immediate action. When setting clear expectations with the general contractor, be specific about the required quality of work. Reference relevant industry standards, codes, and regulations to ensure that everyone is on the same page. For example, specify the types of materials to be used, the methods of installation, and the testing procedures to be followed. This will help to minimize the risk of substandard work and ensure that the project meets the required standards. When delegating a point of contact within your team, choose someone who is experienced, organized, and has excellent communication skills. This person should be able to effectively communicate your concerns to the general contractor and the builder, and to track the progress of any corrective actions that are taken. They should also be able to identify potential problems early on and to take proactive steps to prevent them from escalating. When prioritizing essential tasks, consider the critical path of the project. The critical path is the sequence of tasks that must be completed on time in order to avoid delaying the entire project. Focus your resources on completing the tasks that are on the critical path first to minimize the risk of delays. When exploring alternative vendors, be sure to thoroughly vet their qualifications and experience. Check their references, review their past projects, and ensure that they have the necessary licenses and insurance. It is also important to get competitive bids from multiple vendors to ensure that you are getting the best possible price. When reassessing your partnership with the builder, consider the long-term impact on your business. If the builder is consistently unable or unwilling to address performance concerns, it may be necessary to discontinue working with them to protect your reputation and profitability. When building a strong relationship with the builder, be proactive in communicating your concerns and offering solutions. This will demonstrate that you are committed to the success of the project and that you are a valuable partner. When seeking feedback from other subcontractors and vendors, be sure to maintain confidentiality. Do not reveal the names of the individuals who provide feedback, and do not share any sensitive information about their businesses. The goal is to gather information to help you understand the situation better, not to create conflict or damage relationships. Remember that effective communication is key to resolving performance concerns. Be clear, concise, and respectful in your communication, and always focus on finding solutions that are in the best interests of the project. Electrical codes and standards are essential for ensuring safety and compliance in electrical installations. In the United States, the National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical wiring, protection, and equipment. Understanding and adhering to the NEC is crucial for electrical contractors, inspectors, and anyone involved in electrical work. The NEC is updated every 3 years by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. The latest edition of the NEC is the 2023 edition. It is important to stay up to date with the latest edition of the NEC to ensure that your electrical work complies with the most current standards. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. It also includes specific requirements for different types of occupancies, such as residential, commercial, and industrial buildings. One of the most important aspects of the NEC is overcurrent protection. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to protect electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits. The NEC specifies the types and sizes of overcurrent protection devices that are required for different types of circuits. Grounding is another critical aspect of electrical safety. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps to prevent electric shock. The NEC specifies the requirements for grounding electrical systems and equipment. The NEC also includes requirements for wiring methods. Wiring methods refer to the types of cables and raceways that are used to install electrical wiring. The NEC specifies the types of wiring methods that are permitted for different types of applications. In addition to the NEC, there are other codes and standards that may apply to electrical work. These include state and local building codes, as well as standards developed by organizations such as Underwriters Laboratories, or It is important to be familiar with all of the applicable codes and standards before beginning any electrical work. Failure to comply with these codes and standards can result in fines, penalties, and even legal action. Electrical safety is paramount when working with electricity. Always follow safe work practices and use appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE. PPE includes items such as safety glasses, gloves, and insulated tools. Before beginning any electrical work, always de-energize the circuit and verify that it is de-energized using a voltage tester. Never work on energized circuits unless you are specifically trained and authorized to do so. Be aware of the potential hazards associated with electrical work, such as electric shock, arc flash, and explosions. Take steps to mitigate these hazards and to protect yourself and others from injury. If you are not qualified to perform electrical work, do not attempt to do so. Hire a qualified electrical contractor to perform the work for you. Proper electrical installation is essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems. Always follow the NEC and other applicable codes and standards when installing electrical wiring and equipment. Use high-quality materials and equipment. Do not use substandard or counterfeit products. Install electrical wiring and equipment according to the manufacturer's instructions. Properly terminate all electrical connections. Make sure that connections are tight and secure. Test all electrical circuits and equipment after installation to ensure that they are working properly. Document all electrical work that you perform. Keep records of the materials used, the installation methods followed, and the test results. Regularly inspect electrical systems and equipment to identify and correct any problems. Replace any damaged or worn electrical components. Keep electrical panels and equipment clean and free of debris. Do not overload electrical circuits. Do not use extension cords as a substitute for permanent wiring. Do not tamper with electrical wiring or equipment. If you have any questions or concerns about electrical safety, consult with a qualified electrical contractor or electrical inspector. The general contractor should be held accountable to providing a safe workplace. This should be done by the builder who hired the general contractor. It is their responsibility to ensure that the general contractor has a valid safety plan and is following all applicable safety regulations. This includes providing adequate training for workers, using appropriate personal protective equipment, and maintaining a safe work environment. The general contractor should also be responsible for ensuring that all subcontractors working on a project are also following safety regulations. This includes verifying that subcontractors have the necessary licenses and insurance, and that they are providing adequate training for their workers. The builder should conduct regular safety inspections of the project site to identify any potential hazards. If any hazards are identified, the builder should take immediate steps to correct them. The builder should also have a system in place for reporting and investigating accidents. If an accident occurs, the builder should conduct a thorough investigation to determine the cause of the accident and to prevent similar accidents from occurring in the future. The builder should also have a disciplinary policy in place for workers who violate safety regulations. This policy should be enforced consistently and fairly. The builder should also provide safety training for all workers on the project site. This training should cover topics such as hazard recognition, fall protection, electrical safety, and lockout-tagout procedures. The builder should also have a written safety plan that outlines the safety policies and procedures for the project. This plan should be communicated to all workers on the project site. The builder should also have a designated safety representative who is responsible for overseeing safety on the project site. This representative should be knowledgeable about safety regulations and should be able to effectively communicate safety information to workers. The builder should also have a system in place for tracking safety performance. This system should track metrics such as accident rates, near misses, and safety training completion rates. The builder should also use safety as a factor in evaluating the performance of contractors and subcontractors. Contractors and subcontractors who have good safety records should be given preference over those who have poor safety records. The builder should also participate in industry safety programs and initiatives. This will help to improve the safety culture on the project site and to promote safety throughout the industry. The builder should also encourage workers to report safety concerns without fear of reprisal. This will help to identify potential hazards early on and to prevent accidents from occurring. The builder should also provide workers with the necessary resources to work safely. This includes providing adequate personal protective equipment, tools, and equipment. The builder should also ensure that workers are properly trained to use the tools and equipment that they are using. This will help to prevent accidents and injuries. The builder should also provide workers with adequate supervision. This will help to ensure that workers are following safety procedures and that they are working safely. The builder should also have a system in place for recognizing and rewarding workers who demonstrate good safety performance. This will help to encourage workers to work safely and to promote a positive safety culture on the project site.